Akshay joins us with more information on this. Good morning, Akshay. Take us through the key takeaways of the meeting held between India and Russia.
Well, it was quite a significant meeting between both the countries, with the National Security Advisor being in Russia and meeting President Vladimir Putin. This clearly set the stage for President Putin's visit to India, and this visit also comes amid the obvious background of all the tariffs that are being announced by Donald Trump, not only on India but a range of different countries, especially those who are part of BRICS. So if you look at BRICS, almost all of the countries that form the grouping have faced significant tariffs from the US president, including Brazil that has 50%, then Russia. Then obviously Russia is another case altogether, because Russia is the major reason why Donald Trump has announced all of these tariffs. So that also goes as far as an adversarial situation is concerned. India also again 50%. China has been given a 90-day period, but initial the tariffs that were named that were mentioned were about 30% on China. That can significantly go up, like it has gone in the case of India, because of the oil and the gas that China is also importing from Russia. In fact, China is the largest importer of Russian oil. So that is the case. When it comes to South Africa, it also faces significant tariffs. So it seems that also selective targeting has been done by the US president, given the fact that he always was rattled on the questions of a BRICS currency, BRICS countries coming together. And one thing that he had made clear was that he will not face, or rather he will not tolerate, any kind of challenge to the hegemony of US dollar when it comes to the world's reserve currency. So the situation remains complicated as far as the situation is concerned. But amid all of this, BRICS countries are now trying to find ways together to come closer together and form more comprehensive economic partnerships. And that was perhaps the major reason why Ajit Doval was in Russia, and that the other motive was to plan for the visit of President Vladimir Putin back to India, that may happen very soon.
And also talking about President Putin's visit to India, the dates will be announced soon on Putin's visit to India. But how is it likely to shape the global trade map, considering both the countries are important cog in the wheel when we talk about the global trading, and also the latest situation which you just talked about?
Well, the dates, yes, are being discussed, almost finalized, but it's not going to be what earlier was reported, that President Vladimir Putin will be coming to India by the end of August. That's not going to happen. That has been clarified by the Ministry of External Affairs. But the dates will be somewhere this year, and the visit will be concluded this year alone. That is something that we are learning from the sources. However, when it comes to how this is going to change the global dynamics, especially of trade, it's more than trade. It's about sovereignty, and it's about being there for each other as allies. What was expected of the US and the way US was expected to treat their allies, that clearly has not happened after Donald Trump has become the president of the US. In fact, quite the opposite. He has been targeting allies more than adversaries, like in the case of Brazil and India. So the situation has to be resolved through dialogue and through developing an understanding that who your true allies are when it comes to trade, who are the countries that keep you on an equal footing, who give you a mutual respect, and perhaps that is more important than even trade, because while US can be the largest economy in the world, it is not the only economy. And other countries, especially countries like China, countries like India, Russia, who have thousands of year-old civilization, who existed thousands of years before the birth of the US, they can very will survive through trade amongst each other. So that is a message that has to go very, very clearly to the US, that any kind of bullying will not be tolerated, especially by the world's largest democracy, by the world's largest country in terms of population, in terms of size, and also by the world's fastest growing economies of the BRICS bloc, if that's what Donald Trump is planning to do.
All right, very important developments ahead of India's Quad Summit hosting. Thank you so much, Akshay, for joining us and bringing us a rounded perspective on the latest situation.